Hi, good morning everyone. And my name is Hanno. I'm the co-founder and CEO, as just mentioned, of Personio, and have built the HR operating system for small medium enterprises. What does that exactly mean? We're solving three problems for our customers. Number one is that we are helping the HR managers reduce their work on administrative topics and thereby have more time spending on value-adding tasks in the HR day-to-day work. Secondly, HR is all about information, making them accessible throughout the organization for the management, but also for the employee themselves. It's highly relevant. And lastly, HR, although it's very similar across different industries, and everyone has sick days, everyone has vacation, between different companies, it's a very different processes. And we enable them to cover these processes with an individual tool, which can cover their needs and can cover their processes in a very individual way. But on a more high level, what is the platform actually doing? Our software is covering the complete employee life cycle in an organization, starting from recruiting. So we have a full applicant tracking solution. We have an HR management piece, OHR, which covers all your processes which you need once your employee has joined, from the onboarding, the whole digital personal file, having all this data in one place, but also recurring processes such as status management, salary payroll, and these are just buckets of features which have a lot of features behind it. Above all this is the reporting and analytics functionalities, which can give you the insights in your HR data and provide you with a very detailed overview of them at one glance. I think I mentioned USPs before, but what's more important to give you a sense of what Personio is. We're trying to build the workday for small medium enterprises in Europe, and that's what we cover these features for. But what does small medium enterprises mean, and what's the market which we're actually focused on? So only in Germany there's 496,000 companies between 10 and 1,000 employees. So that's already quite a huge market, but in Europe in total, that's the market which we're solving in the long run. It's 1.7 million companies, which is quite a sizable market to go after. But more importantly, it's not just a huge market, it has a very little penetration rate so far, which you can see below. And although it's fastly growing, a lot of companies in that space are still using Excel, manage things on pen and paper, and have very inefficient processes. So therefore, we try to cover these processes in one solution for those companies. We've been founded a little over 2 years ago, started at the beginning of 2015, and that's pretty much the journey of how it looked like since we've been in the market. So we've grown both from revenues and customers to a little bit over 300 customers and close to 150K in the recurring revenues. But what for me is much more important than having a lot of customers or increasing revenues is what the customers actually do within our solution and how they're using it. So I told you it's an HR management solution, and therefore obviously the HR managers are the core users of our platform. However, for them it's really the bread and butter which they work with every day. So you see on the left graph and the top right, top one, the dark blue line, these are HR managers at our customers, of which 86% log in on a daily basis to work with Personio, and then on this daily basis spend 1.5 hours on average within the tool doing the administrative work which they need. And that's not cumulated where it's somewhere open on a different screen, but it's actually click to click where they spend time within our solution. But as I mentioned, it's not just an HR solution, it's really the HR
operating system for the whole company, and therefore, as you see at the lower line, these are all normal users. This is employees like you and me who are in a company who have to request vacation, who have to approve something if they're managers, who want to check out their working contract or the pay slips, and they log in, 10% of them, or roughly 10, log in on a daily basis as well, spend roughly 15 to 20 minutes in the tool to do those kind of administrative tasks, and thereby also support the HR team of having to do less of that themselves. So on a much higher level, where are we now, or what are we trying to achieve? So the core purpose of Personio is enabling better organizations. As I mentioned, we want to do that by helping HR managers spending less time on administrative tasks and more time of actually being able to focus on their employees and work on value-adding topics. The how is we want to empower those companies to recruit, manage, and retain their employees through software that increases the HR process efficiency and data quality. And the goal, that's our BHAG, the big, hairy, audacious goal, is that we want to be the leading cloud-based HR management recruiting solution for small, medium enterprises in Europe by 2020. And to make this a little bit more graspable and to give you an example when I think we've reached that. So I've checked, and it was mentioned before, went through the list of NOAH speakers, not only here, but also on the main stage and attendees, and roughly 50% of the logos are also customers of ours. And you see a bunch of them here, but I think if we in Europe have as much of a distribution as we currently have among NOAH speakers and probably the Berlin and German tech scene, then this is when I think that we have reached our BHAG of being the leading cloud-based HR solution for those companies. And yeah, with that, I'd like to close. If anyone of you is not on that list yet and needs an HR solution, happy to talk to you. Feel free to reach out. And thanks.